Talk about this. You have changed a lot, really. You're not the same as before.
I think definitely before we are so attracted to each other physically, and that's what kind of
Not anymore?
we find ways to
Play,
keep it.
please each other.
You're saying it in such a way that's so cringy. I mean, if we get divorced, that's different. Then I guess there's a reason why we got divorced.
Okay, and that's your fault.
Why is it my fault?
Okay, there's...
Then will you do it with me every day?
I can. You know that I have a good stamina. Hi there, guys.
It's Earl.
And Sean.
And welcome to our channel. And today we wanted to do another sit-down interview podcast style video for you today.
Orange Couch series?
No, it's called Orange Sofa Series.
Wow, it's very different.
Because that's the name we talked about last time.
Okay, couch and sofa.
Actually, 1, 2,
2,
3.
Orange Sofa Series.
Yes, and we wanted to think about what topic would be good to discuss. And we recently celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary in the Philippines.
Yes,
and we're
soon to be 11th our relationship anniversary.
Yeah, 11 years.
Yeah.
Of our relationship, and we wanted to discuss maybe what are the things that has changed, in the 11 years that we have been together.
Talk about this. You have changed a lot, really. You're not the same as before.
Oh, emo.
You changed a lot.
Okay, but
I can say I changed a lot as well.
Oh, but you make it sound so serious.
I know. I'm saying we're not the same. I can tell.
Of course. I mean, it's been 11 years, and a lot of things, of course, are different because you were younger back then. We're now older. We have a different set of priorities.
You were like 23.
23, 22?
No, 23, yes.
23.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was really young.
I was 26.
Yeah.
25, 26.
And we wanted to talk about this because people have been curious, like what it's like being, a gay couple that's been in a long-term relationship. And some of our friends also asked us before, like, how is it like, being in a relationship for so long? And they wanted to know more about the differences or how we evolved as people in our relationship. So we thought of sharing that with you today.
So we have studied about like topics that we will talk about, and we're thinking about this very seriously and also for quite a long time.
But we haven't talked about the answers yet. So we know the questions, but the answers, we're still going to talk about it here.
It's going to be fun.
Fun. I think it's more serious than fun.
Okay, let's start.
Going to the first question. Do you still believe that I am the one after 11 years?
The answer is yes. I still do believe that you're the one who gives me the most belief and also the trust. And I think I told you before, but just to say that if I break up with you or we get divorced, then I don't think I will meet anyone. I will just be alone. So if we break up or if, something happens that we are separated somehow, then I will just be alone for the rest of my life. And you also have to do that. If I die first, you cannot meet anyone. You can just be alone. You can be with your family. You can be with your friends, but you cannot meet anyone. You just have to be happy in that way. You cannot be with anyone else because that's not what I want. Am I being too much?
I mean, for me, it's a bit different. Like if you were to ask me that question, like if something happens to you or something happens to me, I would prefer that if you will find happiness with someone else, I would say you should go for that. And I give you my blessing. Yeah. I still believe that I agree that I am still the one. But if something happens to me, what can you do?
Like, what if I am not that, but we are just divorced?
I mean, we got divorced for a reason. But
No,
I don't
no,
think
no,
we're gonna
no.
get divorced. Why do you say
No,
that?
no. What if?
I know. I don't.
I'm not also dead, but I'm talking about the case that
But that
it
can
happens.
happen. That can happen.
Yeah, they can also happen.
I don't
You don't
know.
know that.
No.
We don't know our life. Just
know.
answer.
No. I mean, if we get divorced, that's different. Then I guess
Oh,
there's a reason why we got divorced.
Okay, and that's your fault.
Why is it my fault?
Because there's no chance that I make a reason to us to get divorced.
That's what I said also. I don't think we're ever gonna get
Okay,
divorced.
so anyway, just answer to the question because you are just make everybody to wait for the answer.
I'm getting to my answer.
Just
Do it. So for me, if
why do you look at this? There's no answer. You're not reading
I'm not
anything.
reading anything. But for this question, if I believe that you're still the one, of course, I don't think deciding that someone is the one, it's basically a decision, right? It's not something that you just feel. Like as I told you before, I don't think while I was attracted to you, it was a conscious decision to be with you. And I think it's also a conscious decision to keep on, going through this relationship, being happy. It's not just a feeling. And I feel like you have to work on a relationship every day, which I feel like we do work on our relationship every day as well. So I do think that, yeah, you're still the one. And it's a conscious thing that I decide on every day.
Yeah, and what if we are divorced?
What are you at? That's not the
Because
question.
you're not answering to that question. What if we are divorced? I'm not dead yet, but divorced.
If
Are you
some-
going to just let me to be happy with someone else?
Yes. I told you yes.
And the problem, what if the problem that happened because of me? So let's say I cheated. And then
And
do
what
you
can I
still
do?
want me to be happy with that person? Got so much of heart.
Even if I'm hurt, it's your life.
And
can
you
just
want
do
me to be
that.
happy
Yeah, I can still wish happiness for you.
and happier than you and
You,
richer
you
than
don't
you.
know that. You don't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So I'm just giving you on instances.
What I'm saying is that even if you find someone else, I know that that person cannot be as good as me. So you'll never be as happy as you are with that person compared to when you were with me.
you don't know that. What if what if I am with Pak Bogum?
That's not the question. Oh, hi. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You changed the question that I'm at.
No, that's the extended question. It can happen.
Okay.
Are we still attracted to each other the same way as before?
Answer.
Your turn.
I want to preface it by saying that I am still attracted to you, definitely. But I think attraction has evolved from back when we were younger to when we are now. I think definitely before we are so attracted to each other physically, and that's what kind of
Not anymore?
no, that's what helped start this relationship. Physical attraction, of course, what starts it. But I feel like now our attraction has evolved in a more deeper sense, where I am attracted to, for example, your thoughts. I am also attracted to how you talk to my family. I am attracted to how you take care of me. Like it's no longer physical.
No longer physical.
No longer just physical. You're just making
No. You have to make it clear.
It's no longer just physical, but it has evolved to so much more. But it doesn't mean that I'm not attracted to you at all. Physically. Definitely not. Because we
you
are
have
always.
You have to know where to pose. You're making a drama right now.
I just want to get a reaction from you. No, but I'm just saying that I think we're still very much attracted to one another, even if we've been together for 11 years. I even tell you sometimes, right? Like I feel like we're still, oddly enough, in our honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
How about you?
Well, I also want to answer that I am still attracted to you. Like what you said, I actually truly agree that we were like much more attracted physically compared to now, because back then, I mean, we were younger, first of all, and the second of all, we just started to meet each other and we haven't explored anything
Careful.
about each other's body.
bodies.
And also like each other's, like identity as well, so much. So yeah, that was the time. But now I do believe that I am attracted to your personality and the way you love your family and the way you care about me so much. I mean, sometimes we have clashes, yes. But those are something that we can figure out by conversation, I guess. Yeah, so those are not any problems that I have towards you.
And I think I want to say that part of like my New Year's resolution is also to have a better physique.
갑자기?
Just want to say because I wanted you to get
Oh,
more
okay.
physically attracted towards
Okay.
me.
I mean,
I want you to have a hot husband.
I also try my best to be hotter physically. The thing is, we just came back from the holiday
Oh.
and we ate so much, and I'm actually like hitting the highest weight of, I don't know, recent 2 years or something like that.
You're much hotter than
Before?
I think before because you never worked out before.
Never.
I mean you don't work out that much before.
Maybe
No.
you're hitting my nerves
No,
today a
You,
lot.
you, whatever. Okay.
Okay, next.
Next question.
Mm.
How has our sex life changed
That's
after
all?
11 years? Yeah.
Oh. I think we're more comfortable about what each other want.
We know what each other wants.
No, like I can say we are comfortable to talk about what each other wants and what we also know what each other wants more. So for example, like before, I mean we didn't have such thing like a role play.
Okay.
But well, I mean, we don't use any, like materials or something like that.
Okay.
But we have like conversational like things, I don't know, to make the situation and the moment to be hotter, I guess. Yeah. And like some things that we want physically or like psychologically more, we just talk to each other. Oh, I actually want this better. Like that I actually request to you, or like you also request me like positions or something like that.
Okay. Whew. Okay. I think I'm gonna be honest. I definitely think we're having less sex compared to before. Obviously,
I don't know.
I think so.
No. I think it's quite the same because before, I mean, just because
Careful.
before we met each other once to twice in a week. So we just do like once to twice in a week.
But that's back.
But now,
That's back when we were living apart. But when we started
Yeah.
living together, I think we were doing it more.
no,
Yes.
I don't think so. And now we're doing quite the same. So
I'm the person who remembers things more clearly.
I don't think so in this situation.
I think yes. I think definitely we've been having less sex, less time in the bedroom compared to before. But I do think the quality is good. Because as you said, I think we're more vocal about what we want to do and what we don't want to do. And I think we, despite being together for quite a long time, we find ways to keep it.
Please each other.
You're saying it in such a way that's so cringy. We find ways to keep it fun, different roles, different positions, different places. We try to still keep things fun. So definitely I think like while in my opinion, the frequency has become less in terms of, the physical fun aspect of being in a relationship. I do think the quality is much
But
better.
for me, I have a thing to tell you that one of the reasons that I think we have like this number of, physical activities is because of the temperature. If the weather is warmer, our frequency goes up. I can tell.
Okay. Okay.
You agree, right?
For me, it doesn't matter. For him, it matters.
Yes. When it's colder, yes.
He doesn't want to do it as often.
Like, no, it's more like I just don't want to take off my clothes.
Yeah, but if it's cold, I can make you hotter.
No, we have to remove the blanket.
And then we'll be hotter. Okay, we're gonna turn on the heater every day then.
Okay, that's...
Then will you do it with me every day?
I can. You know that I have a good stamina. Are we happy or just stable?
I definitely think we're happy. We are stable, yes, and I think stability is good, but I don't think stability is boring. Maybe sometimes you'd feel like, oh, we're just doing the same things or we have a routine, but I think for me, I personally find comfort in having a routine or like, doing kind of the same things over and over. Not the same things, but having a routine. But I do think we're happy, definitely. I'm happy with what we have. I'm happy with what we're planning in the future as well. So I don't think that being stable is necessarily boring or means that we are not happy.
We're stable,
Mm,
and at the same time, we do find our happiness.
mm,
But the happiness, the standard of the happiness that everybody has are different. And for me, the stability itself is already the happiness. As he said, we kind of have a routine. Like we have quite the same, like simple days. But it doesn't mean that I don't like it. I do like it, but sometimes I just want to, be out of that regular routine.
Change things up.
Yeah,
A bit.
that's why I just ask you to go out, like, like, oh, let's go to park, something like that. That's all. But I guess our relationship is stable and happy.
Related question then in that case, because some people, and I think this has come up in some of our conversations. Do you think we have been too comfortable to each other, and has that changed the way we become more romantic?
I can tell we're sometimes too comfortable. For example, we're staying in the bed and fart to each other. I mean, we don't fart to each other, but we just do it really comfortably.
Everyone does it.
Not everyone.
I'm sure everyone
No,
does it.
My friends' couple, they don't still fart to each other.
How long have they been together?
I don't know, 5 years?
That's a lie. Then maybe
Oh.
they're not comfortable with each other then.
I don't know. They're just keeping their manner to be, most important thing they want to keep. Yeah, those are something that, yeah. And sometimes that has sound, sometimes it doesn't have, and it has only smell. It feels,
Too much information.
it feels I'm being betrayed
What?
because I didn't expect to have like an attack. Anyway, that shows our comfort to each other.
But
And that maybe made us to be less romantic sometimes, like especially that moment you feel the smell or something like that. I mean, that moment you wouldn't feel that's romantic, of course.
of course.
But it doesn't really impact to our whole relationship, of course.
Okay, so I think definitely that while we're comfortable with each other, there should still be like boundaries.
Boundary, yes.
A little bit, right?
Yeah. That's why I want you to not use the bathroom while I'm there. And while I'm...
That's fine. I want to see you
I
when you're
don't-
showering.
Why would you do that? It's my space. And when I'm peeing, please don't come in. When I use the bathroom, please don't come in. I don't like.
Okay. That's something that I'm going to be doing, and you should also be doing.
I don't go in. Don't worry.
No, but you fart.
I mean, the farting, we didn't mention about it.
Yeah, it's the same. So we should fart less.
No, we can fart to each other, but I don't know. Maybe we can just avoid the space that we are together, or like at least we can, like warn to each other. I'm going to fart.
Yeah.
We can start from this, and then let's level it up. Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Next question. How has planning for the future changed in the last 11 years?
Many things have changed. first of all, like when we were young, we didn't really think about things that will come in the future. But we do think about the future. Like back then, we were just thinking about our relationship itself, that this will last long, or we will be attracted to each other for long term or not. Maybe that was everything. But now we do think about, I mean, our relationship is stable. So I do think it is important to build our future together. That's why I started to invest and also think about our retirement and also like apartment, those kind of things. Have passive income of us so we can actually have money to
future we
spend
want.
together, something like that in the future when we are actually old.
Yeah, I think definitely the way we prioritize and plan our life has changed as well. I think like before, like the thing we talk about was like, oh, where should we go next on vacation? I mean, we still talk about that, right? But we also think about now, oh, what property should we buy next? Or like, should we really live in London for the long term?
Like we
Or-
are rich.
Wow, like we are rich. Or like, do we consider like just having the two of us as a family, or do you want to expand a family? Like those
yes.
things
Yes.
now come into our thoughts. And I feel like when we were just a couple, we always just think the two of us.
Yeah.
But now that our relationship is, we're married, we're out, we know each other's families, I feel like our relationship has expanded much bigger.
Yeah, because our
now.
relationship is not just about us, but it affect to each other's family as well
Exactly.
and friends, because we have mutual people in our life that we know each other and do care. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely we just don't think of ourselves as a couple, but I think the bigger picture beyond us. So, but I'm, talking about this, I'm quite happy that even if things have changed, I feel like the core of the relationship is still the same.
Yeah.
Some people and some of our friends ask us like, oh, how do you keep your relationship like good and alive and interesting? We never really think about it normally, but I think now that we had time to like look at our relationship and how it has changed, I feel like we've made an effort to keep it interesting and fun.
I think this whole YouTube thing actually makes us to be acknowledging our relationship more than before. That follow having this kind of topic and makes us to have a thought and makes us to think about our situation and like thoughts towards to each other. So I think it is really helpful for us to have.
It's our therapy.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode of the Orange Sofa series. Let us know if there is any thing that you would like us to discuss, and please also let us know in the comments what you think about the answers to these questions today.
Yeah, if you are happy with our answers or if you're not, debate.
Yeah, debate. And if you want to know more, let us know, because we also want to make another Q&A video for all of you.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much for
everyone.
watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like,
comment, share to everyone you know.
do everything you can do.
Wishes to get the 100K in 2026.
Yeah, we want to get the flag.
Is it possible? It will only be possible with you guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Ta-da-dang. Ay.